Hello, good day everyone. Gab here, market analyst from SmarTrade. So let's have our daily briefing for the day and let's have a quick recap on yesterday's data. So yesterday we only have GDP data for European zone. So the yearly basis was 4.1% versus the 3.9%. So it's slightly higher. And after that, it's followed by trade balance for Canada and US. So for the trade balance of Canada for the month of July, it was 4.05 Canadian billion dollars. And of course, if we base on the forecast, this one is lower. And same thing with the previous data. And for the US trade balance, it's negative $70.7 billion versus the negative $70 billion and also the negative 80.9 billion. And last night, one of the high impact news is also the Bank of Canada interest rate decision. So the actual data was 3.25%, which is in line with the market forecast, 3.25% as well. So another rate hike since if we base on the actual data, so the previous one was 2.5 and another rate hike for Canada for the month. So for the day, we need to focus on some data first. Later at 8:15 p.m. So we have the ECB interest rate decision. So as you can see here, the forecasted data is around 1.25. So which means we can expect that another rate hike will happen um, on ECB later. So we can expect that the currencies that is paired by the euro will be volatile. So we have to be very cautious. And after that, we have to focus on the speech by Jerome Powell at 9:10 p.m. Also, we have to pay attention the 10:15 as well, Christine Lagarde speech, and also we have to focus on the crude oil inventories for the week. So with that, let's move on to the financial products. So so for gold, so currently it's trading around 17.18 per ounce. So what are the levels that I gave you yesterday? So we have 1705 and 1695. So if you can see here, if you can still remember, for about yesterday's video on our analysis with gold. So on the early session, we can see that gold is traded below 695, but I told you that I will not recommend you to open a position since the stochastics are actually retracing from here. And what happened? The price of gold retraced on the upside. And after that, after the price of gold retraced on the upside, the price was actually traded beyond 1705, and what happened, it reached 1710 right here. So I hope you guys profited with this one, especially if you took the long positions above 1705. And after that, the price traded beyond 1710 and it goes all the way to 1719. So for the day's level, so we need to pay attention on 1722 and also 1715. So if we can see that the price of gold is traded beyond 1722, then we might see 1725 in picture for the day. But however, if we base on the market structure, so we can see a strong resistance around here since the price of gold retraced on the previous session around 1725. So it means once the gold try to test 1725, then let's see if the price will go on the downside. But if it's traded above 1725, then it will pave the way towards the 1730. Possible targets next is 735. And on the downside, if you can see that gold is traded below 1715, then you might see 1710 for the day. And overall, if it's traded below 1710, then most likely we will see 1700. So for silver, so the levels that I gave you is 18 and also 17.80. So however, the price of silver did not go below 17.80, but rather the price goes up beyond 18. And right after that, the price of gold traded beyond 18. And what happened? The price took our targets above at 18.10. And as I mentioned, if the price of silver can sustain above 18.10, then we might see further upside momentum for silver. And as of the moment, the current price of silver is around 18.55. And for today, what are the levels for silver? Number one, we have 18.50 and also 18.20. So as you can see here, the price of silver is traded beyond 18.50 and it's currently around 18.55. So it means it may try to test 18.60 now. So if you want to open a position, you have to be very cautious since on the stochastics levels, the current stochastics is around 80. So I would suggest you wait for the retracement first. And if it's near or it goes back to below 18.5 and then it goes back again to 18.50, then you might re-enter. But on the downside, if you can see that the silver is traded below 18.20, then 18.10 will be in picture. But it means if the price of silver goes down below 18.10, then we might see another drop for silver for the day. And then lastly, we have US oil. So for US oil, the levels that I gave you yesterday is 87, same goes with 85. So as you can see here, on the 87 level, you can see here that the price was actually traded first beyond 87 right here. Let me mark it for you guys. This one. Okay. And then after that, the price of US oil was traded around this area. So this one is around 87.59. So if you manage to took a long position above 87, so I hope you guys trailed your position from here because as you can see, the price of US oil retrace on the downside. This is why I always tell each and every one of you to always trail your positions, regardless if it's long or short, so that it can protect your profits or capital. So in this scenario, if you manage to catch the long position above 87 and then you trail it, so the price of US oil retrace, so regardless of the price of US oil retrace on the downside, you'll still get profits. But the problem is if you did not trail your positions, then definitely you will lose the trade somewhere around 87. So after the retrace on the downside, it took our area of interest of 85 and it traded below 85 obviously. And right here, the price goes down to 84. Okay. So same thing with this scenario. If you can see that US oil, for example, is traded 85, and if you manage to took the trades and get the half of our targeted pips, because if we base on this one, the 85, 84, that's roughly 100 pips. So if you manage to get 50 pips, definitely should trail it so that you can protect your capital. And same goes with your profits. Now, for the day, for US oil, the levels that we need to pay attention is 84 and 81. So if you can see if you can see oil or US oil is traded above 84, then we might see 85 in picture for the day. However, if the price of US oil is traded below 81.5, then it will pave the way towards to 80. And if it's traded below 80, then we might see another drop for US oil. But once again, you guys know the drill. If you manage to took the trades for gold, silver, and US oil, regardless if it's long or short position, I would really suggest you to trail your profits, especially if you manage to catch the half of our target pips so that you can protect your capital. And same goes with your profits. All right, thank you everyone. That's all for our briefing for the day. Please like and subscribe to YouTube channel SmarTrade and see you on the next video.